Tottenham won a European trophy after 41 years. Confetti filled the air, players were in tears, and history was finally rewritten. It should have been the start of something new, the beginning of a new era, but instead became the beginning of the collapse. Because just 1 year later, Tottenham weren't chasing titles anymore. They were fighting relegation. And if you enjoy football stories like this, the ones that show how everything can change in a single moment, make sure you like and subscribe, because this story only gets crazier from here. Think about that for a second. A club with £1 billion stadium, squad worth hundreds of millions, and a European trophy in their hands, now sitting just above the drop zone. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens when something has been broken for a very long time. Tottenham didn't collapse overnight. They were slowly falling apart piece by piece long before anyone noticed. For nearly 2 decades, Tottenham followed one belief: that winning trophies and running a sustainable business couldn't exist together. That being financially smart mattered more than actually winning. And for years, they convinced themselves it was working. Sell your best players, replace them with cheaper options, stay competitive, but competitive is not the same as successful, and that difference slowly destroyed the club. Look back at the Gareth Bale era. Tottenham had one of the best players in the world. Then they sold him for a world record fee. This was their moment, their chance to rebuild, to take the next step, to become elite. But instead of replacing quality with quality, they chose quantity. Multiple signings, none of them reaching the same level. And that's where everything started slipping. Because replacing greatness with average never works. Then came Mauricio Pochettino. For the first time in years, Tottenham had an identity. High pressing, intensity, young players developing into stars. Harry Kane became unstoppable. Son became world class. Dele Alli looked like the future of football. Tottenham weren't just good, they were close. A real title challenge, a Champions League final. But right when they reached their peak, they made the worst possible decision. They stood still. No transfers, no reinforcements, no evolution. And slowly, that team burned out. After that, everything collapsed. Managers came and went. Mourinho, Conte, Nuno, each one arrived with promises, each one left with frustration. Different styles, different ideas, but the same outcome. Because the problem wasn't just on the pitch, it was deeper. There was no direction, no long-term vision, just constant change, repeating the same mistakes again and again. Then finally, someone came in and said something bold. He said he always wins in his second season. It sounded confident, maybe even risky, but somehow he delivered. The European trophy, the drought ended, the fans celebrated like never before. It felt like redemption, like everything had finally come together, like all those years of patience had finally paid off. But behind that moment, nothing had actually changed, because just 16 days later, he was gone, sacked, after delivering exactly what he promised. And that's when it became clear. This wasn't a club building something for the future. This was a club destroying itself in real time. A new manager came in, but the problems stayed. Injuries started piling up, performances dropped, confidence disappeared, and slowly the table began to reflect reality. Tottenham weren't unlucky. They weren't just going through a bad phase, they were broken. A team built on control had completely lost it. And this is the part people don't want to admit. This isn't about one bad season. This is the result of years of decisions, years of choosing safety over ambition, years of doing just enough, never enough to actually win. And now they're paying the price. Because in football, you can delay failure. You can hide it. You can cover it with moments, with runs, with trophies even. But eventually, it catches up to you. And Tottenham, they've finally run out of time.